So, how are you guys? This is Praise FX as usual. Also, today we are going to come back to talk about something. Okay, so if it's your first time to be here, please kindly share, subscribe, and comment. Yeah, and if you like this video, go in our bio, click in the link below. It will bring you back at our Telegram channel. So today we are going to take some recap from the previous video on some comments. One of the guy was like, show us how you come up with time frame refinement. Okay, the time frame refinement simply means how you do your top down analysis, but depending on the time frame and how you manage to come up with an entry. So this is gold on H4. I'm just going to do a review and a recap of how we managed to take this trade. Yeah, I took it with the guys in my inner circle. So if you feel like you want to join, please give me a message, a direct message, or inbox me on my WhatsApp or any other. I'll join you in. So this was gold, and I actually woke up late, but I first had to go at the H4, at the H1, sorry, because I do not like overhauling trades. I just want something that is small. I get out of the market. Overhauling, it brings overconfidence. And remember, you cannot drive the market the way you want. You get it? You cannot drive the market the way you want. Yeah. So previously we did get this buy, but I'm just going to show how we got this sell for today. Now I realize that from the higher time frame perspective, the the current trend on the H1 was a bearish trend. Price was selling to the downside, right? But if you want to be a good trader, you just need to focus on what's going on, right? And you just have to have target. So I realized that, sorry, I realized that market had retested, so it was continuing to follow down. Now, what did I notice? I did notice that, when price is trending to the downside, or when price breaks structure, we always expect a retracement. So, or price to retrace to certain key levels or POI. So in most cases, we always have to wait for maybe an order block here, or whatever you call it, or someone, because there are a lot of speculations down there. And this is also a breaker broke, of which I do not normally go for them in most cases, because they do tend to be like traps in most cases. You get it? But me, what I did based on, I just wanted to see what was price doing here. So this was a breaker block. You get it? That wasn't tapped in at the moment. So price retraced. So what did I have in my mind? I have in my mind that, first of all, this was a strong low at the moment, because it created an inside structure, an inside retracement. So this was more visible when I went on the 15-minute chart. It was clearly that if you look from the previous structure, that price was coming, and boom, it shifted. That was creating this retracement. You get it? However much it might be then, it was now time to come back, and it makes a retracement or a retest. So in most cases, you just have to be so much vigilant and understand, be so much of composure. Try to respect your rules. There is, do not be fooled, or do not be speculated by something that you see on the internet. Yeah, always remember that whatever you see on the internet, is that's what someone wants you to see. Yeah, so always put value in it and see, is it the really worthy? Now, you can say that as this was the last structure, that price tended to come back. So in most cases, we do normally go for the last block. Maybe people who trade smart money at ICT, you just have to mark it the way it is, right? As long as that's what you're basing on. And remember, everyone is right. Take an example now. If there is someone who always take this as his entry time frame, and maybe he just entered there, stop loss there, sorry, maybe he just entered for the buys, maybe he didn't wait for him, just have, and maybe target that high, and boom, for that is a one almost two, but for him doesn't care. Now me, in most cases, because I do not want to over risk in most cases. Now, because me I'm used, I do not just come for the entire what the entire zone. I do make sure that I do refine a lot. You get it? So I had to match to the 5 minutes, but I'm explaining this and I'm assuming that you know all these concepts, right? You know all this concept. You're just a trader that is looking for consistent profitability. So in days to come, we shall see how someone can master and learn it and everything. Now, when you have to always look into details, you see, when you see here structure, what do you see? You could clearly see that price came, created a high and a low, then the first push, this first push, it never broke this high, so it came back, made just a little bit of a retracement, right? And it then broke. So this was the first break of structure. Price did not retrace, it just made an aggressive move right from that zone. So here, and as it kept creating inner structure. Now, what do you have here? We have, first of all, the zone or POI or whatever you can call it, as long as it makes sense to you, that was never retested, right? It was never retested because you could clearly see here that this was a zone that was here. There would be an order block, but if you just mark this clearly, as maybe someone would mark it, you would see that this was an order block that was retested, so it came back. So high chances are that if price comes back, they will always take you out. Maybe sorry for my voice, I might not be that much clearly because I'm sick. Now, you just have to trade every now and then because there is nothing that happens for a wrong reason, right? Now, you would clearly see that price came back into this zone, tapped and pushed away it. So it kept playing around. You get it? But if you look closely, price, it made sure that it has closed below, right? So to me, this zone was violated. That means if someone had entered his buy here and putting his stop loss here, he would be taken out, right? I'm always someone who's so keen and detailed what I do. But now, what happened or what they have to look into clearly, I realized that as price approached this zone, yes, the 5 minute did fail, but when you go back on the 15-minute chart, you realize that was a 15-minute big zone that was still in touch. So it was still valid on the 15, though it was invalidated at the 5 minute chart. So I just had to wait for price to come back, tap into this closure, then gives me momentum shift so that I can't see any other way forward. So of which you would clearly see. Please take note and you can write down this was the last candle and the next bullish candle, it did not close above, right? It did not close above until this candle came in. So I always tell people that if you are to trade a certain pair, please put focus on that pair, right? Not until you get any other pair, or not until it gives you a trade, then you put your enter, you enter, you wait for your TP or your stop loss. So after seeing that, you do not go on the lower time frame, not until you see you see what you want to see on the higher time frame, right? Then we have to come back at the 5 minute chart, right? So you would clearly see that there was an inside structure, a shift in momentum, that the momentum was from the sellers. Now it's now time for the buyers to come in the market. So remember, these are something that you do on every single day, on every single trade that you want to take. Because remember, the market is fractal. You get it? The market is fractal. Now, it was just a simple zone, and I just had to mark my zone like this. Okay. And then I just had to go to the lower time frame and do its refinement. Maybe let's mark that this was its high, right? So you digest not until you get something that is so much close to you that you want. So on the 3 minute, you realize that price at this level did enter in a range. So I just had to go on the 1 minute chart and a little bit. When we go back on the 5 minute, okay, let's continue. When you come back on the 1 minute, you just have to be patient with what you want in the market, right? So I just had to wait, and if I make a replay here, you're just going to see how we did manage to get an entry. I'm just going to try to make it slow, not until price reaches here. You see, it did try as much as possible to consolidate. Boom. See, on a long here, you just have to be patient. As long as you understand there is nothing that is rushing you. Yeah, at the end of the story, I'm going to show my before and after of how I managed to take this trade. We had three TPs, and I also explained how we did come. No, now you could see that this was a structure formation that had an inside liquidity. So this was like a force that we really need price to come back and clear before it decides to push away. You get it? Now you just have to be patient. uh, Now after price tapping there, boom, you just have to wait. Since this is your entry level, yes, we are in the selling market, why should you buy? No, you just have to wait, and at least the market to alert you that now it's time to do what? It's time to buy. Okay, then boom, this was the first clear sign, but I just needed it to price at least to first come back at this size, right? I just needed it to first come back up to this area, because in most cases people tend to come back and enter aggressively and they're taken out, right? Because it really played down there. You just have to be patient, and boom, it went. First it gave a week, like that. You get it? Ah, exactly. You see, after that, that's what I wanted. I had to enter my buys. This is always my first TP, this high, the one that the structure that I enter, and my stop loss. Most people would like to put their stop loss below there, but I always want the market to breathe, right? Because this is also still a valid zone. Price can still come and play around there. So I had to put the stop loss below, I get it, up to that high, that low, so that even if price tends to come back below here, I will be, I'll be not failing to get what I want, right? But in most cases, you can try. Why didn't I put it here? Because in most cases, this low had liquidity. So I expected that price can come back and take it down. So I just had to put it below here. So when you're on the lower time frame, it looks like something that is so big, but you have to look at what you're looking at, right? So what are you looking at in the market? So that was the first TP. So then I first went back to the 5 minute now to see if things happen to go my way, where would be my second TP and third one. Okay, so the overall was this high to be taken out. I just always give it a benefit of doubt, and also this one. I get it. So I did also want to add another one here. Just you never know, right? So I now had to go and wait for the market to do what it know the best. You see, in most cases, the more you keep on trading, the more you keep on learning, you realize that yes, sniper entries are really good, but what really matters in the market, it is how, and you need a good risk management and a good entry, because a bad entry can make you lose money, yet you're also in a very good trade. Then I had first go back on the 1 minute. Okay, you clearly see. Then now let this play out. Okay, I'm just going to make it so much as quick as possible. So I did enter three positions. Actually, there were four. Then after price hitting my TP1, so I had to shift my stop loss at a break even, right? Though I'm not going to put it there. Then now was like, this is my always my first target. So any other thing, we can wait and see what will really the market do. You get it? Then boom, it did play out slowly by slowly, but you could see it managed to hit all our TPs, but it then delayed, right? It did delay to hit this target, and many people thought that the market was going to range, right? Because if you look closely, or people who have been in this trade, they realize that the market consolidated, right? It did move into a range. It even tended to go back, but it eventually had to hit our TP. Boom. Okay. So whenever price hits my TP, I'm like, wow, my target is done, right? What I wanted to see in the market, I've seen it. Then can I get any chance of sales? Maybe if they are given, we just have to look into the market and see. So why? Because you would clearly see that price came back into that range. So this is how we manage to take our buys from gold. It looks simple, but it was a one, almost a 1 to 10 risk to reward ratio, and I think that's a very good trade. If you can manage to take all those trades at a go, trust me, you will be a very, very good person, right? And your trading career will definitely increase and change. You will see improvement. Just do what I show you here, put it into implementation. Trust me, it's going to be something good. Now, please kindly share, subscribe. Yeah, in case of anything that you want us to talk about the next video, please note down in the comments. You can join our free telegram channel, and I can assure you, you will learn something good.